In this video, I'm going to share with you some of the coolest things about Toronto and at least one thing that I really don't like, and I don't think anybody else does. The restaurants and the entertainment are probably the best things about Toronto and my favorite things. Hands down, there's so much to do.
Yeah, there's a little bit of money in Toronto.
Abundance, baby. It's part of what's going on.
All right, so here I am in Liberty Village, back in the big TO. Do they call it the Big Smoke? I feel like I should know that. The 6 Liberty Market Building. Balzac's on the other corner, Impact on the other corner, so lots of good spots to eat and relax, get some healthy food, and then you can head on down for some entertainment at the Budweiser stage, or the, I don't know what the soccer stadium's called. Anyway, Toronto, lots of fun. All right, here we are at Impact. Getting some healthy food. I feel like I haven't been eating healthy food lately, so I always liked Impact. There's a few of them in Toronto. I don't know if they have them anywhere else, but we're in Liberty Village checking out Impact, and Patricia has a delicious looking waffle.
Yeah, almond flour waffle. Woo! Gluten-free.
Loving life again. I got some sleep. So the thing about Toronto is there's just so much to do, so much going on. They got the Dream in High Park. Where? In High Park. It's a dream. It's the theater, live theater, Shakespeare. And little tour trains like you just saw. So my advice for visiting Toronto is take breaks, because it's a lot. There's a lot to do. You just want to stop and collect yourself and be mindful. I guess it's a lot easier to be mindful or take it easy or take it slow when you're in a small town. And when you're in the big city, you have to find your moments, pick your spots. But High Park's a great place to come and relax to, just do nothing, look at the trees. It's pretty big. I don't know the square footage or whatever. They've got a zoo somewhere in here, and lots of benches to just sit down and enjoy a quiet sort of moment, maybe. within the big city. Lots of dog walking. If you like dogs, if you like dogs, go to Hyde Park in Toronto. Grabbing my coffee from the ground. I just randomly went up to a couple who are from Nova Scotia and Calgary. I was asking them about like pros and cons of Toronto. You know, having been to Klemtu now, I think it puts maybe a perspective on things that a lot of people don't have. So I don't know, like maybe it brings a little bit of wisdom or a little bit of a deeper appreciation for just about everything. I mean, if you grew up in Klemtu, that's your home, right? Like wherever home is, that's home. So there's a thing about travel that's sort of funny. I think it helps you to appreciate your home usually more. Or maybe for some people, I guess this is interesting too, is for some people you end up saying, you know what, this is not my home. Where I grew up is not really my home. My home is somewhere else. I'm meant to be in Spain, or I'm meant to be in Italy or Costa Rica or British Columbia or wherever it is, right? But Toronto always feels a bit like home to me, even though I've now moved out of Toronto. And but I spent so much time here that it feels like home, and it's always fun to come back, and I always have a good time. I always have some not so good times, or I often have not so good times as well, where it's stressful, the traffic, it's a pain still. It's getting worse maybe, but and yeah, so the couple said, oh, green space, there's not enough green space, and I can see that. You know, that was part of maybe why I left Toronto. They are here for work, so you know, work usually brings people to Toronto, and other than that, it's like, is that enough? Is the work enough, or can I go somewhere else, a better, maybe a more relaxing? I think it's the relaxation thing that's lacking in Toronto. It's tough to relax, and people feel that, especially if you've spent time in Halifax or anywhere else, really. A lot of other places are more relaxing than Toronto. So yeah, so if you're thinking about visiting Toronto, those are some, or if you're thinking about moving to Toronto, those are some things to realize. So yeah, I would say it's fun to visit. I don't know that you need to live here, and you got to be up for living in a big city and all that goes along with that. I also would just say, you know, come on, if you're doing work that you enjoy and you're in Toronto and you're able to pay the bills and stuff, I don't know, I wouldn't complain too much. Let's put it that way. You know, be careful what you wish for, and don't I don't know, just be grateful. I'm not saying this couple was ungrateful, but it is interesting. You know, if you have a good job and you're still wanting more, we all have to watch out for that tendency, wanting more. You know. But more power to you if you want to, you know, live a simpler life and live in a peaceful place. I appreciate that for sure. All right, guys, this is Hyde Park area, Toronto. You get a lot of these beautiful old houses and nice lush neighborhoods, beautiful old trees. And yeah, it's Canada in July. It's tough to complain, I'd say. Here I am, back again, Vanilla Ice here. Whew, it's hot in Ontario. So I'm out of the big smoke. I'm out of the TO. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's an amazing city, but man, oh man, they've got a major issue with the traffic, and almost feels like it's it's just not sustainable. People are gonna more and more probably like get sick of it. I don't know. You can do okay, like you can make it work, I guess, but it's too bad. It's really too bad that Toronto doesn't have and didn't plan ahead. It's kind of an example of not planning for what is inevitably going to happen, which is the population is expanding every year, right? So I don't know. I don't have solutions for it exactly. I just think that if you're going to go to Toronto, it's a fun place to visit, but unless you really need to live there, my recommendation is don't do it. Don't live there unless there's something really exciting pulling you there, and then have an exit plan, because eventually I swear you're probably going to want to leave. That's all. It's too bad. I just don't think they're going to be able to catch up and create something, but who knows? Elon Musk talks about doing underground tunnels and fixing things in Los Angeles area, I think, so there's always a chance. But as it stands now, if I'm going to recommend a city for high quality living, I wouldn't complain. Like if you have enough money and you can put up with the traffic and try to stick with public transit, even if you got a bunch of money, you got to put up with. You either need to live right next to your workplace and find a good little neighborhood in Toronto and kind of stick to that area, and then just do the public transit thing. I don't know. Maybe some people would say it's not a big deal, but I think, a recent poll suggested that it's becoming something that the majority of Torontonians really dislike. So the bottom line on Toronto, it's a fantastic place to visit, very entertaining. You can enjoy it. Living there can be good, but boy, oh boy, you got some problems with some of the infrastructure and the traffic. So think twice and don't drive. Just don't drive. Just use the transit. Even Drake, he tries to use the subway. I don't know if that's true or not. It's probably not, but he should. Drake, if you're listening, hop on the GO train, hop on the TTC, ride the rocket, buddy. All right. So have fun, and definitely visit Toronto. Definitely go see some concerts, check out some restaurants, and have a good time. But don't drive downtown. You can, if you don't mind walking, you can park on the outskirts a bit, like even at Ryerson University area on the east end, or up in the U of T area, like the university campuses or side streets. Parking can be okay. Just avoid that downtown core. Do not park in the downtown core. All right, everybody, that's my advice for Toronto. Check out a beautiful, fun city, and if you have any ideas about how to save people from the stress of traffic, let me know in the comments below. And have a great and wonderful adventure in Toronto. Please be safe. Okay, take care.
Toronto, bumper to bumper traffic. What is going on in the city? I think I got out at the right time. You literally cannot leave the parking lot.